What's going on, guys? It's Ben from Parker Baits and welcome back to another video. Today you join me in the very cold Ringwood area and I'm at Lin Brook Fisheries again. What a beautiful place it really is. So why have I come to Lin Brook today? Well, first of all, look at that. Like I just mentioned, it's beautiful, it really is. And not only that, the fish are banging as well. There's some real gems in here. And not only that, I'm going to put a picture up on the screen now of the biggest fish in the lake and actually come out on our bait. Check this out. I rang Lin Brook this morning, spoke to Liam the bailiff, lovely people up here, they really are, and I've sort of on the off chance was just seeing whether the lake wasn't frozen over, because everything else in the surrounding area is absolutely frozen solid. So I rang Liam, he said, Ben, you're lucky, and as you can tell, it's just starting to fall out, and I've managed to get a peg where I've actually can fish and get some rods out. I'm going to be putting some rods to my right, but I'm sure I'll touch on that further on in this video, and also I'm going to put some rods out in the middle, which again I'm going to touch on in a second. So let's get to the good bits. How am I attacking this swim in the really cold conditions that I'm in now? So what I've done is, knowing from past experience, I say past experience, I've only fished this particular lake twice. Last time I was up here, I didn't do too well. There's a video over on the channel, it's a Lin Brook social, and unfortunately the lake beat me up alongside lots of other people on the lake at that time. First time I come here, I fished peg 12, which is over in the corner. It looks a little bit different over there now, but I fished peg 12 and I managed to nick one. So therefore I've only had one fish from this particular lake, and I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into it and seeing if I can actually get one of these real nice bangers on the bank, one of these real nice scaly bangers. So what have I done? I've flicked out a marker, and to be honest with you, I have put a little bit of bait over that for the sole fact reason is last time I come here I did not put much bait out at all. I fished little intimate bags, I went out with a pole, you know, tiny little mesh bags on the hook. I've kept it really light, so I've done the opposite end of the spectrum today, but I'm going to go with best of both worlds. So I'm going to fish one rod on my baited spot, nice and tight, and I'm going to fish two rods on my margin, and I've already seen signs of fish over to my right in the reeds. I mean obvious signs, reeds twitching, etc, etc. So I'm going to move on now to what I'm doing, the business end, and how I found my spot. So you're probably thinking, Ben, that is one old big lead you're fishing there, and yeah, it is. It's a 5-ounce lead. I like fishing as biggest leads as I can get away with in any size water, to be honest. I mean, even up Deans, I use massive leads, and it's only a couple of acres in size. Running it down, I've got about just over a metre there, or just under a metre of lead-free leader, and going down to just the normal sort of quarter setup. And what I will be doing is just pushing that rubber in, and I'm also fishing on there, guys, as well. These are custom leads I get made with a 6mm ring on, something different. I think it one, it helps with uniform and taking things down to minimal when you're at the bottom, meaning not massive swivels. But not only that, I do find that being that's only a 6mm, that lead does eject 99% of the time unless you're really pushing that rubber on. Another key benefit to that is as well, is when you hit, as long as you're hitting clip right, I know as long as I'm hitting clip right, pull it onto my spot. Again, going down to minimal at the end, I know I'm fishing on the bottom, presentated 100%, my leader's behind the lead, and my lead will be sat something like that, as long as I hit clip right. So without further ado, I'm going to get my wraps. I found it on my marker, but I'm going to get my wraps now with the rod. So I'm going to cast out a couple of times to 100%, get that donk, then find my wraps, and I know where I'm fishing, and I can continue putting in the bait, or continue fishing on that spot for the duration of the time me being there. Pretty good. There's a couple of things I haven't told you. You probably think one reason is, why have you done the wraps the way you have been? I've done the wraps the way I have because if I do get back in this particular pen, yes, I could make my wraps smaller. Yeah, I could have done that, but I haven't done that for the sole fact reason that if I know if I put them to the rod lengths, I can then make a note of this, and next time I get in this particular swim, I can wrap up to the same and go straight in. If you do them smaller, obviously you're never going to know what your wraps were. I know this is 13.2, so what I also do is I'll mark that. Sometimes I get a big ball of stones if I'm at linear, because there's loads of gravel at linear. And at least then I know I can fish to the absolute inch of the spot without fail. Not only that, I spoke to the bailiff here, guys. You can't take, you've got to take that in. If you've got bailiffs up here telling you, look, Lin was out there yesterday on the boat. They were doing a feed. And I think there was a gentleman on there with a deeper. And he said there was balls of fish right in that middle section. So no brainer from my point of view. I'm not going to sit here with no background because I haven't really got much background. I've told you I've only fished it twice. So I'm going to take that bailiff's information, use it to my advantage and put it to practice, and hopefully it puts the fish on the bank, and you guys should do the same when you're coming down it. So the point I'm trying to make with this is, guys, when you're turning up to that particular fishery, wherever it is in the country, try and suck as much information as you can from the bailiffs, from the owners, from the people that are fishing the lake on a daily, weekly. They're fishing it all the time. It's invaluable information and something that you should be using. And another thing that I always like to say is you can add your own twist, you can add your own takes, you can do your own things. But if someone's saying to you, look, the fish have come out there, then probably worth putting a rod there. And another proof of the pudding, this is at Lin Brook. Liam's told me before, he said, oh, you know, put a rod here, put a rod there. Or maybe try a zig for, say, scenario's sake. People haven't done it. He's come on the evening after and had 8, 9, 10 fish. So again, it's proof in the pudding, it's right there. Well, it'd be rude not to tell you exactly what I'm doing in regards to my last 10 inches, the main part, the business end, if you like. So I'm going to go in, something that I'm very confident in. Yes, I could have fished on the bottom. Yes, I could have fished with a wafter, but being that it is as cold as it is, I'd rather have something that's just so easy for the fish to pull over the top, suck it in, game over. So I've went in with our match of the hatch 15mm OG fruited nut, and I love these because they've got the same flecking as the bait. So within our bait we've got an ingredient called CLO, which consists of loads of different like little Niger seeds and cereals, etc. So what you're finding is you're getting the same visual with our pop-up. These are very buoyant pop-ups, and they smell absolutely fantastic. It follows the same flavour signals or the same flavours as our boilies itself. So you've got coconut, chocolate orange and peanut within our OG fruited nut pop-ups. So they smell great, and hopefully they do the do tonight. I'm going in with a 9-inch boom, 9-inch boom, a barbless hook because that's the rules here, and we obviously follow the rules without fail every time. Tiny little putty there right on the swivel end. And yeah, plenty of movement. As long as I hit clip, I'm going to fish a bit of foam on the hook, fish this as a single. I don't, because obviously where I put a little bit of bait out, I'm going to fish this as a single, and like I said, hopefully it does the do. Come on the Nosser Pigs. First thing I do prior to casting, without fail, every time, it's imperative in my eyes, it's a must. I make the bait, I know the buoyancy, but for my own mind reassurance, I'm still going to check it due to the conditions, whatever it may be, water temperature, it may affect that buoyancy. So just all I do is put it in the margin, and I'll be damned, she's sitting absolutely beautiful. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but she's sitting off the back of the hook like a spinner should. It looks absolutely naughty, that does. But yeah, a good tip and something you should definitely do, even more so with wafters, because if you need to trim them down to make it sit just off the back of that hook absolutely lovely, then you can do so, because you can check it in the water, check your buoyancy, trim off unnecessarily, and get it perfect every time. PVA foam, and something that I absolutely love, and I use with all of my fishing, whether I'm overseas or in this country. I always use foam. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it anyway. Right, so I'm going to go in. What I normally do is I come in at the back of the hook with my foam because I don't want it to affect, and what I know is when that breaks down, it's going to break down and then flick off, and I'm still going to get that presentation. That's just how I do it. I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm not saying it's the wrong way. It's just how I do it, and that's how I've done it for years, and it's caught me some absolute Nosser Pigs. So that's what I'm going to do. Go out like that, a nice clean link. Happy days. Right, so that's 2.5 foot to the left. I am on the money, I'm on the money, but I'm not 100% happy because I would like it ideally a foot more to the right, because I know I put most of the bait just to the left of the marker. So what I'm going to do is my foam's come up now as well, so I know I'm presentated there. But yeah, just to be 100%, because I'm not one of these people like, that will do. It's never that will do. If that will do, you reel it back in, you go again. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. You go again. Money. Third time lucky. That is absolutely on the money. Hit clip nice, saw my link go out, phone's just come up. That's fishing. That rod is definitely not coming in till I leave tomorrow. Happy blooming days, baby. Moving on, obviously I've just said to you there, I just want to keep you in the loop every step of the way on this trip. I've put my marker out like I mentioned here, so what I've done is now I've put the clip in, my new reel by the way. I've got a cross cast. This is an SCW, it's a 5000. I've had these before, I think they're great reels. I bought it in the polish, the chrome this time. Don't know why, I just like shiny things. I'm a bit of a magpie, to be honest with you. You can probably tell by my alarms down there as well. So what I've done is, obviously I've done that clip on it, and what I've also done is, my marker I know now is on that middle tree. So if I know, I'm going to keep my tip off to the right, because I know I'm fishing the left, so I keep my tip off to the right, reel it in quite fast, so I don't want it picking up that other rod, although I know I'm a foot away from it, but just to be 100% sure. But I know if I catch a fish now in the middle of the night, as long as I hit clip, go up to my 13 1 wraps, 2 wraps, line up with that tree, hit clip properly. I can also put my head torch on the floor. I've spoke about this on the channel before. I'm one of these people with my head torches. If I've got it on my head, I tend to move, but if I put my head torch on the floor, mark up with my marker, hit clip, I can see it easier. Seems a little bit funny, just works for me, and something I've done for years. But yeah, there it is, a bit more of an insight of tree liner marking, how I hit clip, and the reasons why I do that. So last thing, what I do is I use these little bad boys, and if I'm honest with you, I get them off eBay because they're cheaper and I never lose them, because they got this lovely little rubber bit on the end of my back leads, and you can flick them in, push that rubber right in alongside the plastic, and I know they hardly ever fall off, even when you get a big fish or a big take. Making sure that I'm not caught on the end of the rod like that, taking it off my eye, slowly dropping it down. And I always like to run my back legs right at the tip of my rod, slowly dropping it down like slow. And I'm going to clip up now and unclip, or sorry, I've already unclipped. I'm going to go down, set my alarm, make it look pretty. Happy days. So rod number 2, and I'm going in with the OG fruit and nut wafters. I've got lots of confidence in these, and it's a little bit different to what I've just done. Although I know I just said you want something obvious, I know there's fish in them reeds, so I think they're going to be more proactive feeding than they probably will be out there. I don't even know if there's fish out there, the background that Liam obviously gave me this morning, but I've seen fish to my right. So I'm going to go in with a wafter that sits just off the back of the hook. Let me touch on our wafters. I should probably tell you what they are really. So these are the Parker Baits wafter. These are the Match of the Hatch dumpy dumbbell, something we make in-house and we're very proud of as well. They got the same fleck within them as well. I thought probably easier to do it like that. They got the same fleck within them. They've got 100% dark pink, 100% natural crystallised rock salt on them, and basically what it does is it draws all that moisture out of them. But prior to a spawn, as a lot of you may know already, fish are proactively looking for salts. So win-win, done some 40-pounders, just going in pre-spawn last year at some very prestigious lakes as well, Yateley being one of them. It's done some big fish, these have. So there they are. A little bit more of an insight on the dumpy dumbbells, the Parker Baits dumpy dumbbells, and my God, look at that. That's a bite, hopefully. So boom, there it is, just there, and as you can see, it's sitting very pretty just off the back of the hook. Doing the water testing again, making sure I'm 100%, and yes I am. So there we go. Very quickly, I don't want to bore you, but I've got some 10 mils in there. I've got some the new fruit and nut pellets. You've got 4 6s and 8s in there, and to be honest with you, they've been soaking in there now in our sauce liquid for probably 4 days, 5 days, and they smell incredible. But that's what I'm going to do. Little handful of bait. You can see my boom, you can see the wafter there, just a little handful of bait. I want to get a bite on this rod, I don't want to feed him, I want to catch him. So that's why I've done that, and went in with the approach that I have. Just finished my chicken and bacon wrap, my pack of salt and vinegar. Emma got me. And I said to Tom, you got to see this. But to be honest, he's been walking up and having a look anyway. But the reeds down there, mate, it's ridiculous. I mean, granted, it's about a rod length off the back of where I'm fishing, but they're in the zone. And this time of year, just to see fish in the zone is a massive smile on the face, if you like. Just to the right here, there's like a gap. I don't know if you can see that, but the reed literally is going. Well, obviously the big fish are coming through, brushing into them reeds, indicating that they're showing that they're there. And I think this is another massive thing with watercraft. You know, going round, trying to find the fish. Bearing in mind this is the only bit that's not been frozen as well over the duration, the X amount of weeks, the last week or so since we've had that hard freeze. This is the only bit that hasn't, due to the aerator being on constantly, is obviously dispersing that water and almost keeping the ice away from this particular area. So I think that's another reason why they're in it. I've went easy with the bait. All the rods are out on the money now. Come on the carp. Yeah, here they are. So this is just from me getting prepping bait. But yeah, here they are, the new Parker Baits embroidered hoodies, and they are comfy. They really, really are, guys. 5,000 stitches in our logo there, and they can only do 4 jumpers at a time, believe it or not, alongside our t-shirts. Good quality stuff and very reasonably priced at the Parker Baits store. They certainly keep you warm alongside the beanies in these colder months. I can't lie to you as well. I'm also testing out these as well. Come down here, these are our new, well, potentially our new joggers. They're really comfy, they're really warm, and they're not too tight. I mean, I wear a lot of stuff at home and it's really tight. These are quite nice and warm. Keep an eye on the Parker Baits store. We're playing and trialling about at the moment, but as you know, we don't do things by half at Parker Baits store. It's got to be 150% before it hits that website. But I'm going to enjoy this afternoon now. I really am. It's a shame that you lose the light, like I just mentioned, but it's a pleasure to be back at Lin Brook. It really, really is. Right, wow. Probably should say public announcement, really. You know, I know everybody likes watching the channel and seeing the foodie bits, but there won't be any foodie bits today. Tom's next to me laughing his head off because he's like, mate,
I'm going home for dinner in a minute. So
probably going to get a Domino's pizza, knowing Tom.
Yeah, I might get the new spicy sausage one actually. Yeah.
So now I'm going to have these for dinner. Apple pie cookies.
They're quite nice, to be fair.
They are nice. They are. This is what I was going to have. Can I show them? Can I have that bag, mate, please? You look at this. This is what I was going to have. See, I found these boys. 2 rump steaks with some, I'm guessing it's like garlic butter or something you would have put on them. I was going to thoroughly enjoy that, but no. Finished off with some fresh rolls from Londis.
Why have you got so many rolls?
Well, I was going to have
some. Why does one man need 6 rolls?
To be fair, I was going to have a bit of each steak. There is science, method behind
Well, I'll tell you what, you can have milk and biscuits tonight.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make a point of doing
that,
even if it makes me ill.
Washed down by some spicy what's-its.
Forgot about them bad boys. Now I'm glad I didn't have lunch. Well, I did have a little bit of lunch because I'm a bit of a nosser pig.
You ate that wrap a bit soon now, didn't you?
I did, but yeah, that's what I'm going to have. I'm happy. That's all that matters. But yeah, the extra rolls, because Tom's called me out on it, were for my eggs, but I can't fry my eggs in the morning because I ain't got my cooker. So yeah, there it is. That's the update for now. I'm not going to bore you with loads of bits. I'm literally, my plan of action is this evening. I'm behind the door there. It's halfway down. And I'm just looking and watching the water, listening for any signs, trying to be as proactive as I can. But you can only do so much in these colder months, guys. So there it is. Hopefully next time you see me, I've got a fish in the net and I'm making funny noises. But if not, I'll probably see you in the morning.
So just before I leave, guys, and head home to my nice warm home and have some nice dinner, not to rub it in like sun cream, I just wanted to let everyone know that we have now launched a Carpy blog on the Parker Baits website. So if you head over to parkerbaits.co.uk, you can check out our weekly blog. It's the Carpy blog. It's going to do lake guides, how to catch fish in the winter, loads of different info and details on our products. But if you do want to see a little bit more from us, obviously follow us on Instagram, check out the blog, check out our Facebook page. We don't really plug it very much, but we've now got just over 6,000 followers on Instagram, a couple of thousand on Facebook. We upload our stories all the time, post every day. So if you do want to stay up to date more than YouTube, check out our social media channel.
Wow, good morning. A little bit cold now because I've just went out and I just had 4 or 5 beeps, right hand rod, I'm honest with you, about 3 in the morning, just after 3, I had another occurrence as well, but I've just had my alarms fixed, and my alarms come on and the light goes out. So what I've got to do is, obviously by the time I've put my shoes on, or slip my Crocs on should I say, and flick my head torch over my head, zip down, because I've been zipping up and having the heater on to try and stay warm, being that it is so cold. And bearing in mind I was lovely and warm last night, just after 3, about 7 beeps, beep, 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 beep. I think I'm in, I'm scrambling, like I said, got out, zipped down, went out. I couldn't obviously indicate what, I didn't set my receiver up, stupid. I should have set my receiver up and then I would have then known what rod it was, but I've had these beeps, don't know what rod it was, and oh god, all the bobbins look the same, so something's had a play, something's had a move of it. Oh god. And then yeah, 18 minutes past 7, right hand rod, I've just had 3 or 4 beeps. I've seen that clear as day. So a little bit gutting if I'm honest. The reason being is I'm going to be leaving soon. I've got a shift to do at Parker Baits HQ today. Got loads of bits to do with my brother and family. Dad's in there today, so we've got to, like, again, I'm not going to bore you, just loads of bits, just loads and loads of bits we've got to do, important bits. Neil's in there as well. We've got just loads of like maintenance bits to do, so that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're not actually cooking, but anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Obviously I'll keep the loop before I leave. This was a quick overnighter, like I've mentioned, but there is still time, you know, I've still got a little bit of time. I'm going to try and get out of it just after 8. So I'm going to do that horrible slow pack down now. A little bit gutted I'm not doing tonight, but I have got lots of work to do this evening as well when I get back editing. Christmas round the corner, so I need to be ahead with videos and stuff, and hence why I'm out on these horrendous conditions to try and make plenty of top quality footage for you guys, and obviously making these little vlogs. So yeah, there it is. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm sure I'll touch base very soon, hopefully very, very soon, with a Nossa pig. Oh, it is cold, and that is finally all the gear on the barrow, and I've just got to go to the car now, throw it in and do the drive home. This one's only about sort of half an hour-ish for me, something like that. Still seeing the reeds twitch over there. There's definitely fish within there, but whether they're getting their head down, I do not know, and it's kind of beat me up again. But with these conditions, it's one of them, isn't it? It really is one of them. So there it is. I hope you like this video, guys, and like I said earlier, I know I keep saying it was only a quick one, but maybe you've taken something away from this video. And not only that, definitely get down to Lin Brook. You know, joke aside, this place is beautiful and it's got good winter form, sort of through the January, February, March. I remember seeing the post going into last year. I've actually had a flick through some of the bailiffs that work as well, and you can see that a lot of good fish are coming out throughout them months, so it's very apparent that the fish do like that winter sort of bite as well. And I do think you're allowed to use natural up here through the winter months, but don't quote me on that. I mean, you're best off checking with the bailiffs. So there it is. Like I said, hopefully you've liked this video, guys. If you have, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. Give my personal Instagram a follow, and also please give Lin Brook Fishery's Instagram a follow, so that'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.